Yo, man, they really went out for next gen NBA 2K21, man. And we got the blog up, but we're going to be taking a look at the video of the new thing in NBA 2K21 called the City. The only reason I'm going to play this video and do this stuff is just to react to it. The volume is going to be off. You probably already seen this video already. But just reacting to it, like just the opening sequence and seeing this. Now, before I even watched or even got the news about the NBA 2K21 Next Gen The City, I saw something on Twitter that said, oh, the city, whatever they have in store for NBA 2K21 The Neighborhood is going to be as big as the map of Grand Theft Auto 5. I was like, nah, there's no way. Nah, I understood it could have been like a big map like Grand Theft Auto. It could be a good map, a good sized map like free roam, in a free roam game, but not no Grand Theft Auto 5. And I ain't gonna lie, maybe it could be because there's so many parks, and the way they explain it, I mean, the affiliations are back. They got different park affiliations this time. Some of the names of the park affiliations a little bit alright. Some of the logos, the color scheme, it's okay. But regardless of the matter of fact, thing looks sick, man. I think park affiliations, I think it was great to bring it back only because it brings a different type of competitiveness. As you see right here, this is back. The Gatorade training center. Now, I'm not a huge fan of it because I don't really like doing those drills each week. I feel like every time I come on and I see that I have to do a drill, it's like knowing that you have an assignment due on the same day. It's like, man, I really got to do this, man. It's like it's something you got to do because you need it, because other players are going to have that same advantage. But we're going to go down the list of the things that I saw or I took away from the blog and discuss them. The first thing, it's way bigger than the neighborhood. Like way bigger, way bigger. I mean, this is like, I don't know how many neighborhoods, but the 2K18 neighborhood was a decent size. The 2K21 and 2K20 current gen neighborhood was smaller in my opinion than the 2K18 neighborhood. But this neighborhood is huge. Like, we're talking about one neighborhood having like what? How many courts are there in this neighborhood? I think there's at least, if you take into the different count, there's 4 different affiliations, which lead to 4 different boroughs in the same place. Let's say if each affiliation has 9 courts, 4 times 9 is already 36. That's already 36 courts right there. So 36 courts, and we're gonna replay that video again. 36 courts in one area, in one whole server, one whole city. At least 36 courts, and we're going to get into the details of the other courts. Second thing we took apart, I already talked about it, the affiliations of different boroughs. They have an event center. Now, I know in the video they're going to show this, the event center. It's going to be all the way in the center of basically the map, basically, and it's going to have all the events, Court Conqueror, you know, the Dimer events. Any event that's going to happen is going to happen in there. So with the bringing that back, the affiliations brought back Rival Day. They have Rival Day championships. They have Rival Day different events. Now, the best way to get your rep in this game is by playing on your court. If you go play on other courts, you're not going to get as much rep. Only time you're going to get as much rep or even more rep is if it's a Rival Day or even a Rival Day championships happen in the event center. The next thing that I took from this blog is that there are basketball hoops across the entire city. So just random basketball hoops could be like anywhere on the side of a building, or even a basketball hoop just by itself. And basically in this city, in this type of neighborhood, everybody's going to be carrying a basketball. You might not have it, you know, visually in your hand, but you could bring out a basketball and basically you could ball and walk in this game. You could ball and walk in this neighborhood, and if you see a basketball hoop, you can start shooting. You can start a game from that basketball hoop. So you can start a 1v1, 2v2, 3v3. You can start a horse game. So there's a bunch of different things you can do that allows you to do just from having that option to just pick up and play at any time just because you have a basketball in your hand. And they added a whole bunch of different basketballs you can customize in the city. The next thing I took away is they included NPCs in the city. So NPCs, if you don't know what that means, it means a non-player character. So they're treating this almost as RPG elements. So around the city, you're gonna have some quests. You might have some storylines going on. I did hear that there's someone in the city that teaches you how to dribble. Now we don't know who that is. Could be Kyrie Irving, could be Allen Iverson. Who knows? Who knows who it is? But I mean, it's a little stuff like this that's it just adds to the experience, the dynamic of the city. The next thing is the Gatorade Training Center. I know I talked about this. I'm not a huge fan of the Gatorade Training Center, like I said before, but this time it has 2 floors. Now we saw the floor in the video itself of the regular training stuff, which looks way bigger. It might be different drills this time completely, but that looks a lot bigger. So hopefully more people can do drills at the same time, since you're gonna have so many people in this one huge server. But there's a second floor to this training facility, and that allows you to rent courts. And let me tell you something, man. Renting courts is going to be so key, because now you can do wagers if you wanted to, because the 2K community this year has been huge on wagers. You can do wagers in there without any interference. You can, if you wanted to, play with your friends and try to use the shot stick, because the shot aiming is different depending on the mode you're in. Shooting's different depending on the mode you're in general. So if you wanted to just learn, you got a couple of your buddies, head on to and rent a court. The reason I prefer this is because the My Court, listen, the My Court, to me, the My Court is extinct, man. That thing is extinct, man. I don't care. I never liked the My Court gameplay or shooting in the past couple 2Ks. I feel like the My Court where they had whatever what was that place called? Where it was Carmelo Anthony's court. Whatever 2K that was in, that was where My Court was last great to me. But yeah, now you have the rent a court option. I don't know if they're gonna charge you for renting a court. That's gonna be an interesting part. Are they gonna charge you for renting a court actually? But either way, man, it's a great thing to have. The next thing we got is something I actually like to see that they added back, especially in this big thing. They got a 4v4 court and a 5v5 court. So the 4v4 is returned, 5v5 is returned. All these courts are there the whole time the server is operating. So you don't gotta worry about waiting for an event. Now it's always gonna be there, and I'm expecting that because there's so many players in this one area, that you will be able to find the game in a 4v4 or a 5v5 in the city. Like, this is great. I mean, this is a great thing, and I think they said one of these courts actually memorializes Kobe Bryant. Like, it represents Kobe Bryant. The design of the court, the area, the whole area of either the 4v4 or the 5v5, you know, is in remembrance of Kobe Bryant. So I can't wait to see how that looks like. The other thing they talked about in this blog is that if you go on a 10-game win streak, you get to have a fireball. So when you get on a 10-game win streak, the ball you currently use on the court is going to be on fire. Not a huge deal, but it's something that adds to the experience of actually going on a 10-game winning streak, you know? It's something that adds to the experience. There's more apparel stores, you know, more clothing stores have their own shop, like their own physical shop in the city. So you might get like a basic mall experience. It's cool. They also introduced mayors. I'm not going to talk about that. That's part of, you know, rival day and affiliations. They said that there's going to be hundreds of My players in this huge city, and that you're not really going to run across a city that's empty. Like, it's always going to be at near capacity, or it's always going to have players running around and doing stuff. So that's a good thing. And when they say hundreds of players, man, that kind of worries me, because, you know, 2K hasn't been the best at servers. I'm just hoping that this game actually lasts, you know, with the servers and all that. Because hundreds and hundreds of players, I don't know how that's going to work. But we're going to see, man. The other thing is, And it's probably gonna be the last thing I talk about, because we know they're always gonna add new hats, new hairstyles, new accessories and stuff like that. This is such a big place, right? And I've always complained that in the neighborhood, like, it takes too long. The stuff they have in this game, like the skateboard and the bikes, they cost way too much VC, man. You shouldn't be paying like at least 50,000 for just a materialistic item. Like 50,000 VC is a lot to spend on a type of vehicle in the NBA 2K game. So I was looking for this, and I was looking for them to say this in the blog. They will give you a free skateboard, and by the way, across the city there's skateboard rails. So I'm guessing we're gonna get some Tony Hawk gameplay sooner or later from somebody. But they're giving us a free skateboard. So now 2K has let themselves off the hook. They're probably still charging the same high ass VC prices, but at least now we have a free skateboard. That's how it should be. You should be paying for skins and probably some customizable things that look cool or are neat. Anything else that affects the gameplay shouldn't really have to be paid for. So yeah, I'm glad that 2K did that. Overall, man, this is, I can't wait, man. I mean, we get to choose our own builds. We get to make the players the way we want. Now we have this big mode right here. It's just gonna get crazier and crazier, man. And think about it, this game comes out next week. Like, it literally comes out next Tuesday. And you know, I already got my controller that I already unboxed. Probably gonna upload a video about that. I got my charging station for the controllers. But this game literally comes out next week, man. And I mean, we still didn't get any My League news. We still haven't heard anything about Pro-Am or even the Jordan Rec Center. But man, they definitely are dropping bombs and bombs. Like, it's literally days away. Literally days away. Less than a week, because the Xbox version comes out first. So anyways, man, let me know what you think in the comment section about this news. I'm out for now. Peace.